Hey guys, AJ Town here, live with the T Storm Chasers. Sorry, we are having some technical issues here yet this afternoon. Hopefully, we get these fixed here in the next day or so with what is upcoming. And I certainly do apologize that we are having some technical issues and stuff. Joys of doing a live stream, right? Anyways, let's jump into things. Let's break things down, kind of see what we are looking at. Real quick, I want to bring up this map here that we are currently looking at over in the purple area, which is going to be about your central South Dakota area there. Give me just a quick second here. I gotta. There we go. That purple area there in central South Dakota goes from Aberdeen down to about the Nebraska border. You guys can see that there on camera or on screen. And basically what we are looking at is a severe potential in that area. Does include the Huron, Redfield, Aberdeen, Chamberlain area. Now, according to the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, that put this out, they are looking at a watch of a 5% chance of seeing a watch issued. So we don't anticipate a watch being issued in this area. Just kind of be weather aware if you are in this area, as we do have the risk of seeing some severe weather push through here. As you can see, that area there in green right behind us, just west of the Sioux Falls area, does include Brookings, Watertown, up into North Dakota and western Minnesota. Does include down into Chamberlain, Mitchell, Huron, Redfield, Aberdeen, Gettysburg, Pierre. They are saying there is a potential of seeing some heavy rainfall in that area, which is good news. We love to see that potential, especially with all the drought. Unfortunately, though, this is not going to help the drought situation with how much rainfall we will receive. We do need to receive a substantial amount to be able to get out of that risk there. As we take a quick look, let's take a look at your... Out of the Storm Prediction Center, your risk of seeing some severe weather, the marginal risk that's right above my head here, that's going to be green. That is that area there that we did see in purple. That is going to have that chance of seeing some severe weather. The probability of seeing some severe weather in that area is kind of low. Basically, a 1 out of 5 is what we are seeing with that chance. There in the yellow does include the Denver, Colorado area, western portions of Nebraska's, and extreme southwestern or northwestern portions of Kansas. That is a 2 out of 5 of seeing some severe weather risks. So if you have family in that area, definitely there is a severe thunderstorm watch out in that area as well. As we go into the day tomorrow, we do see that kind of shift just a little bit. That does shift a little eastward. Does include the Rapid City area there. You can see that darker yellow. Now that is a 3 out of 5 for severe weather risk coming into extreme southwestern South Dakota, western portions of Nebraska, and eastern portions of Wyoming there. You do see that Pierre is also listed on a 2 out of 5 chance of seeing some severe weather. Rapid City area as well, down through North Platte, down into the Kansas City, with the primary threat being hail and damaging winds, is what we are going to be watching with that. Then as you can see, that area there in green does expand out just a little bit there. Does include basically the I-29 westward, and that is going to be a 1 out of 5 chance of seeing that. Again, with your primary threat being some damaging winds and some damaging hail. Now, as we go into day 3, which is going to be your Saturday, this is where things kind of start getting interesting and kind of getting concerned. Is going to be your day 3 risk here. And that risk is going to indicate as far as a probability of seeing some of this severe weather risk coming in to Saturday into Saturday evening. We expect that to be late afternoon, early Saturday morning, or early Saturday evening. We expect to see things start to ramp up there. About that 4 or 5 o'clock time frame is what we are looking at, seeing some of that. Now, that is for that area in orange there. Now, right now, the Storm Prediction Center out of Norman, Oklahoma, has taken the tornado risk out of there and put this as primarily a hail and wind event. Definitely, though, would not be surprised to see a spin up or two across the area there in orange from Kansas City down into the Omaha area, up into the Sioux City and Sioux Falls area. So we do have that risk of seeing some of that severe weather push through the area. Speaking of severe weather, let's take a quick look at your... It did not switch for me. Let's take a quick look at your severe weather risk according to the European model. And I just froze. So I am trying to get that up. Give me just a quick second. There it is. There we go. Sorry, folks. All right. I had to refresh my screen so then I could see what I was looking at, so then you guys kind of knew what we were looking at. So we are going to reverse. We're going to go through the day to day for the rest of the day here. We do see, again, that central portion of South Dakota there. We do have just that slight risk, and, maybe I would say about a 5 to 10% chance of seeing some of that severe weather push through. Then as we go through the day on Friday, we do have that slight chance again coming through the area. Not too impressive of seeing some of that severe weather risk. We do have it Saturday there it'd be Friday. Model says Saturday because we are a little bit off on the time. But this is going to be Friday evening there that we do have some of that chance. Through the day there on Saturday, we do have a chance of seeing some push through the Yankton, Nebraska, South Dakota border there as well. As we come into the daytime and into the early evening on Saturday into Sunday, we do see where the primary threat, according to the European model, is going to be. So the darker it gets, like this red area, orangish red, is going to be between that medium and high risk. And these areas back here are going to be your slight risk. Now, as we come into the next time frame there, that about that 6 Zulu, so about that midnight time frame, we do see that sticking around as well, pushing eastward. One thing we are watching too, and kind of take this with a grain of salt because it is certainly going to be about your 7-day outlook. We are seeing a chance of some severe weather. Now, this is a pretty high chance of seeing some of that severe weather pushing through on Wednesday into Thursday. So definitely something we are going to have to keep a close eye on is this. The models have trended and pushed it a little further westward. Yesterday, we were watching it, and it was just on the Minnesota-South Dakota border. Late last night when we were taking a look at that. Then as we go into the morning on that Thursday, we do see that severe weather risk sticking around and pushing eastward. So definitely going to be something to keep an eye on and see what kind of happens. Let's take a quick look at your next 48-hour forecast here. Now, this is a very high detailed 48-hour forecast, so give me just a second here to get this loaded. As it does take a quick load here, let's take a quick look at your precipitation outlook here and your temperature outlook. As we take a quick look at your temperature outlook, we are going to be looking at temperatures leaning above the normal for this time of year for the South Dakota eastern portions there. As you can see to the west of us there, it's going to be below normal for this time of year for the western portions of South Dakota and western portions of Nebraska. We are seeing that below normal for this time of year. Good news is for the folks up in North Dakota, you're finally going to start seeing some warmer weather push through that area there from the June 29th to the July 5th time frame. Now, as we take a quick look at your precipitation outlook, good news is going to be seen leaning towards the above normal for this time of year as well. For South Dakota coming into the end of the month, beginning of the July, hopefully we can reach that knee high by the 4th of July. And then as we do continue, that's all I got on that one. I don't have Pivotal up, so give me a second here. Let me transition back over to here. Now, this is going to be our detailed forecast for the next 48 hours here. If everything loaded correctly. Unfortunately, that is still loading. One thing I want to certainly discuss here, what meets the severe criteria for the National Weather Service to issue a severe thunderstorm? Hail 1 inch in diameter or greater, winds 58 miles per hour or stronger, and also tornadoes that are going to be possible on that as well. So now this is something from the National Weather Service. This is not our criteria. This is, again, from National Weather Service. We are going to take a quick look at your current radar. We are seeing some precipitation out in the neck of the woods. As we take a quick look at that, we do see just a little further there to the west. We do have a little cell that has popped up. My cities didn't load. There we go. Out by the Salem area, Montrose area there, we do have a little cell that has popped up and creating some lightning. We can see that on radar signature as well. Let's take a look. We're actually going to dissect the cell here just real quick. Give me a second to get that loaded. Cool thing is that we have here, we're able to take this. We're able to dissect the cell and kind of look to see how strong the cell is. You can see it's really peaking. So that is a strong indication that the cell is definitely growing in some strength. And we're still seeing the ridge, which is an indication that this is going to be capable of continuing to make its way northward up into the sky and going to be able to continue to generate some of that strength with it as well. For some reason, my model run is not loading, and I certainly do apologize here about that. Let's see if I can get it done here real quick for you guys. Give me just a brief second here, see if we can get this loaded. If not, we're going to call it and be done. All right. It's not working for me, of course. It's not. So we're going to jump off a stream here and call it a day. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We do have, again, some of that severe risk pushing through the area. Definitely something we're going to have to keep a close eye on and then see where things kind of shape up from there.